Hello, and thank you for clicking on this audio-video overview of the positions currently available at Lionheart Children's Academy at Academy Christian Church in Colorado Springs. Now, what this is an overview of information you're going to want to know about the job, the career opportunity, and a few other things. Matter of fact, there's some additional guidance that you might find valuable wherever you're going in your career search, and hopefully that'll be of value to it as well. Now, at the end, if this isn't something that's ideal for you or you're not the perfect candidate, we're going to have some other ways of thanking you that will help you in your career transition, and that's a promise. So what this is an audio-video overview with information that's not available necessarily on the web or from a download, and so it complements other information and really gives you the opportunity to make a decision on whether or not this is right for you. So the first thing you'd want to know is this is really a full-time ministry opportunity. It's, yes, a professional career as well, and yes, it's in early childhood education, so it is a lot of different things all wrapped up into one. Now, the positions we have available are for very young age, from infant to toddler to preschool, all the way up to early childhood, and then even school age. And we have both teacher roles and lead teacher positions as well. So we're going to give you more information on that because you might be eligible to be considered for multiple opportunities. So consider this like shooting at a target where there's multiple bullseyes. Your chances are good if you're open to one or more position. Now, Lionheart Children's Academy is an organization that is very unique. It provides childcare services through churches, and it operates as a ministry. What that means is it's an extension of the church organization to the public community. It provides a location and a means for people in the community to find a benefit of participating in the church and allowing their kids to participate in the childcare programs, and it creates a connection point for those folks. In other words, it's like the front porch to introduce people to the church who are in the community. So it's actually a ministry vehicle of the church. And that's why we say up front, this really is a ministry opportunity. And yes, it is a career opportunity as well. So the location we're recruiting for right now is specifically at Academy Christian Church on Old Ranch Road in Colorado Springs. So if you know where that is, you can look it up. You can see from one of the maps that we provide, or you can Google it. But I guarantee that by the time you're done listening to this, you will think that this is the most interesting thing you've heard all week long because of the information we're going to give you and how it applies to you personally and to your career search. So let's jump into this. Why are we doing this? Well, first of all, this saves us a lot of time when we can give you the information this way, because a lot of times the first step in the recruiting process is a recruiter will call you, you're on a phone call with them. It's kind of a screening phone call, and they're asking you a bunch of questions. It feels more like an interrogation, and then they're giving you some information. What we want to do is we want to empower you with all the information up front. So the ball's in your court. You can make a decision, is this the right place for you? And then we're going to give you a chance to fill out a questionnaire if you're interested and you are eligible for this type of an opportunity. You give information back to us through that questionnaire. And it's better for you because you can think about your answers. You know, when you're on a phone call with a recruiter, you oftentimes hang up the phone and think, oh my gosh, I wish I had said something different. Well, in this case, you have a chance to think about your answers and put your best foot forward. So that actually helps you immensely in the process. Now, who is this for? Again, like I said, we have multiple shifts and schedules with opportunities for both teacher roles with very young age children, all the way up to toddlers, preschool, and above. And then again, there's a lead teacher opportunity as well. So congratulations. Like I said, you found us or we found you, but we had access to your profile or your resume, and through some pre-screening, we've determined that you're the person we're looking for. And so you're already like halfway through the process. At this point, you need more information through this process, and then we need some additional information from you to complement your resume, and then that moves us to interviewing. So that's the process we use, and it works really well because you can now listen to this again, once or twice if you need to, and then when you respond, you can give us all the information we need. From that, we go into a video interview with the HR team members, and they're going to ask a lot more probative questions and find out more about you. And then it moves into a contingent offer, and that's where you have a background check done and drug test. And that takes a little bit of time, but if you get that far, you know that this is a good fit for both of us. So let me ask you a question, because if any one of these things sound like you, then you're probably the right person for the role. Number one, you are already working in early childhood education. You're working for an organization that is secular and is probably promoting things that you don't necessarily believe in. And there's some frustration you might have with the agenda, the information, the content that you're being asked to provide kids, and it disturbs your spirit. And you're looking for a place where you can go and do the same thing, serve families and serve kids and nurture children in a way that doesn't violate your conscience. If that's you, we're interested in you. Another is you may be looking at some type of long-term full-time ministry opportunity. Maybe it's with kids, maybe it's with young adults, maybe it's with students, don't know. But for folks that are on a ministry path, a vocational ministry path, it's good for them to do a few different things on their career journey so that they develop a resume in a ministerial role, especially in a full-time capacity. This may be an opportunity for you to get something on your resume for a year or two that shows that you can work in a ministerial organization in a ministry capacity. Another is if you're the kind of person that is already decided you want to go into early childhood education and you're looking for a professional company, an organization that is credible, is reputable, it's got a career path for you, and it's got structure, it's present all over the country, it's a well-recognized brand name, then this is the kind of organization you want on your resume. When you have just a small organization that operates in your neighborhood on your resume, it's not well recognized, and that doesn't help you long term. So if early childhood education is your career path, then this is an opportunity for you. And I would just say there's maybe a fourth type of person that we're looking for, and that's somebody who's maybe being called to do something with their background, their skills and experience. And maybe you weren't looking for this job. Maybe this got sent to you or you sent it to somebody else. I mean, that happens, right? I mean, when we look at the Bible, Moses had left Egypt and was out for 40 years away from Egypt, living with Jethro in Midian and just minding his own business. He had his own, comfortable life, tending sheep and just enjoying where he was living. And all of a sudden one day he stumbles on a burning bush and the Lord tells him, hey, I have a mission for you. Everything that has happened up to this point in your life has prepared you. You know the Egyptians, you know Pharaoh, you know the Israelites, you know I'm the God of the Bible, and now you've lived dependent on me and your faith is strong. Having lived in Midian for 40 years, you're a grown man now, you have wisdom, now's your time. And for somebody, you may be listening to this and now's your time. You're feeling called to do something with your gifts, your talents, your strengths, your education, and serving through a church in a ministry program, working with kids and families may be something that's important for you to consider. So I would also challenge you to take a look at the long view. And what that means is when you look at your long-term career path and the long-term goals and objectives you have for how you're using your personal skills and abilities, this is a place where you can grow. You can develop those career skills. You can develop that resume. You can be promoted internally. You can take on additional leadership responsibilities. And it's a stable long-term job. And the company's growing. And if you wanted to transfer to a different city, we've got operations in cities all over the country. So that's pretty amazing. And then also, if you're really looking for something that is a Christ-centered ministry, here you have an opportunity to develop that ministry experience as well as serve families and kids. And you're also building eternal rewards and treasure in heaven all at the same time. So, yeah, the important thing is that you're coming to work for the right reasons. So, if you're just looking for a job, you're in transition, and you've got the background and experience, that might be okay. But I'm speaking to your heart, like what's really driving you, because that's the person we want to be considered highly for this role. So all that to say, you're not here by accident. If you're listening to this right now, this is not an accident. This has been put in your path for a reason, and you need to figure out what that reason is. So you may be the perfect person for one of our positions, or you may be in transition, and you're going to find the resources that we can provide you are amazing, and they'll help you and be a source of encouragement to you. Or you may find that just the things I'm telling you are spiritually pulling at your heart. And God's reminding you that He wants to be close to you. He doesn't want you to abandon Him and take off doing your own thing. He wants to be your guide in your life and call the shots. He wants to be Lord of your life. And trust me, that's much better than you being in control of everything. So I don't know why you're getting this message right now, but there's something in it for you. So let me introduce myself so you know who you're talking to and who's sharing all this with you. I'm a recruiting manager. I work with Proforce. My name's Mark, and we're a third-party recruiting organization. We're partnered with Lionheart Children's Academy, and our goal is to find the right people and to create all those new relationships. And yeah, this is not the normal recruiting model. That's because we're not looking for the average person. We're looking for extraordinary people. So the final thing I would tell you is, we will help you along the way. That's our job. And we'll give you all the resources we need or you need to have your best foot forward and show up as good as possible so that if this is right for you, you're given the opportunity. So let's talk a little bit more about Lionheart as an organization real quick before we want to wrap up. Super professional. You're going to get some links to go look at their locations. Beautiful, beautiful places, growing, a Christ-centered culture. Lionheart's actually classified as a church, as a 501c3 nonprofit organization doing church work. And so you're literally going into an environment where you're serving people. I mean, look at the world around us. Can you not think of something maybe more important for a time such as this, when it just seems like things are falling apart all around us? And, we can argue all day long about politics and war and economy, but ultimately we're all people and we all have the same spiritual needs inside of us. So Lionheart has a vision to see children and families transformed by the gospel through Christ-centered childcare centers across the country. Isn't that beautiful? Their mission is to partner with local churches to operate quality Christian preschool, after school, and summer programs to reach unchurched children and their families. And that's why we're so proud to represent them. Their core values as an organization are intentional relationships, having a heart to serve, and tenacity. And you can read more about those core values in the downloadable brochure, which is an overview of the job, the organization, and all the rewards, which we'll talk about just in a second. So we'll talk just briefly about the job. As I mentioned, we've got multiple opportunities because the organization is growing in all of its locations. So whether you're working with infants, toddlers, preschool, or moving back and forth between classes, or an early childhood teacher, or preschool, or school age, there's an opportunity here for you to work in one of several different places. And the location, again, is in Colorado Springs at Academy Christian. So the job, as you would expect, is going to be definitely working with internal employees, internal management, children, their parents, family members. And so we're looking for the right kind of person that has the skills and characteristics to be able to communicate, be patient and compassionate in all those different scenarios. Now, I'm not going to go into all the duties and responsibilities. If you're in this space, you know what it's like already. And if you've already got experience, then you know better than I do what it's like on the job. But you can download that total rewards overview and full position profile, and you can see a little bit more detail about the expected duties and responsibilities. I do want to talk briefly about total rewards because the rewards are very significant. I don't know of a lot of organizations that have such a comprehensive package for folks for work like this. But first of all, the compensation is what we call market competitive, $15 to $18 an hour. And that is based on your experience and your education for all of the early childhood education teacher positions. And then for somebody that's a lead teacher, the rate of pay is $20 to $23 an hour. So that is just the base pay. On top of that, we've got paid time off, and you're eligible for PTO on the first day of hire. And you also have holidays, and those are all available first day of hire. Sometimes you have to work like 90 days on a job before you're eligible for certain benefits. Not here. There's a Roth retirement savings plan, a 403B plan for folks that are saving. There's paid holidays, like 10 full holidays during the year. Health, medical, prescription, dental insurance, all of those things, everything you would expect. There's a financial savings account plan for eligible employees where you're saving money pre-tax for medical expenses, and a lot more rewards, everything from curriculum access, training, professional development, reimbursement of educational fees and expenses, just on and on and on. And on top of all that, you've got eternal rewards that are being built up. So download that brochure and flip through all those pages on all the rewards, and you'll see it's pretty extraordinary. Now, I just want to emphasize one more time that I think really what's in it for you is more than just the money. Definitely, you've got this ministry opportunity. It's unique. And it's at a perfect time when the world needs what we're offering. Yes, the money is competitive. The career track is great. The growth opportunities, the development opportunities is great. What it does to your resume is great. So it's a combination of all these things. But we literally have a waiting list of families that want to put more and more children into our academies. And so we need people like you that have a heart for others and a heart for the Lord. So definitely long-term value here. One last thing I want to share with you is there are some requirements. You've got to be at least 18 years of age, have a high school diploma. You've got to have a GED, if not a high school diploma. If you've got early childhood education training, certifications, or other things, or you've been in a state licensed facility before, that's awesome. We want to know that. Let us know. If you've had prior experience in like a children's ministry someplace, we want to know that also. So let me just briefly talk about this questionnaire, because if what I'm sharing with you is getting you excited and you want to take the next step in the process, we're excited about hearing back from you, because we already think that this might be a good fit on both sides, right? So when you complete the questionnaire, realize that we read every word. That thing is more important to us than your resume, because we're asking very specific questions, things that we really want to know about you before we go into an interview phase. So please do take your time on that, and don't be shy. Don't be afraid to sell yourself. If you've had experience working with special needs or autistic kids, or you have family members where you've been a support resource for internal, families, or you've had, church activities or something in the school system, or you've been part of Best Buddies. I mean, whatever it is, let us know. Sell yourself. Show us what you've done and tell us who you really are, so that helps us make a good decision. And of course, as you would expect, we're looking for people that have certain gifts. They've got spiritual maturity. That really means that you desire to follow Jesus Christ. You're committed to your faith, and you have a desire to reach and to serve other people, in this case through children and their parents. You're friendly. You have a warmth toward other people. You're patient. You have some kindness. Maybe your spiritual gift is mercy or compassion, or something, or service. You've got this enthusiasm for teaching. You desire to see other people learn and grow, especially kids. You have an ability to be a self-starter and a problem solver, because there's challenges all the time that you have to work through. And you're patient. You can deal with the crazy things that come up on a day-to-day basis, not including the parents, of course, which can sometimes be challenging as well. So everybody has got to be able to meet all of the supervision requirements for children, and you can see those things in the downloadable position profile, like being able to lift 35 to 50 pounds in case you need to lift somebody up, being able to get to a child 20, 30 feet away in just a few seconds if there's danger or something that's going on. And we're going to ask you those questions. You got to be able to speak English, because that's the language that most of the families are speaking. If you have other languages that you speak, absolutely wonderful. Let us know that as well. So next steps. Okay, this is what you're looking for. There's a link in the email where you got the link for this audio video, and that is the questionnaire with all of the things that we want to know about you. I know it's a lot of questions, but they're quick. It's like, answer this one, this one, this one, this one, years of experience, etc. We want to know about what you've done, who you are, and there's some open-ended questions as well. And that's where we get to, don't be shy. Tell us about you, because we want to know. And then again, from there, we move into an evaluation and then possibly a Zoom interview with our HR staff. So final thought, don't get discouraged. Hopefully this message, this content that you're listening to now is an encouragement to you. And if you're not the right person for us, we appreciate your time and consideration. And we will, as a parting gift for you, give you access to some resources and some information that will help you on your career search and your journey as well. That's the least we could do to say thank you. In the meantime, if you've decided this isn't for you, you're free to forward it to somebody that you believe might be qualified. But right now, we are looking for folks like yourself that we've already evaluated and we believe are pre-qualified. So God bless you, and we look forward to hearing back from you and reading your answers on the questionnaire and seeing where this goes. Thank you so much.